This is a very important dynamic around confusion. And let me be clear, the confusion is by design. So when again, about a decade plus ago, worked for the food industry, the stated goal around the conference table was seeding confusion among policymakers, doctors, and patients around nutritional guidance. So from public relations offices in Washington, D.C., there is hundreds of millions of dollars funneled to nutrition research. So food companies fund nutrition research at places like Harvard, Tufts, Stanford on down. Food companies fund that nutrition research at an 11 times higher rate than the NIH. So the lifeblood of nutrition research in the United States is from food companies. Arguably the most respected nutrition school in the country, Tufts Nutrition School, by many measures, more than 50% of their entire funding comes from processed food companies. So that's how it works. Okay, so sitting in the office there with food companies, why are they contributing hundreds of millions of dollars to research? Well, I can tell you that Coca-Cola and Kraft aren't interested in using their corporate money to advance unbiased scholarship. There wasn't a lust for producing and advancing blind scholarship on advancing nutrition research forward. No, these are public relations documents. And the express goal, and this was said verbatim and they're on the table, the express goal of funding so much nutrition research, it's not even for the results of the research, it's that there's so much nutrition research. So the fact that there has been 50,000 studies, there's been 50,000 peer-reviewed nutrition studies released in just the last 2 years. The fact that there's 50,000 is the point. Because that's where, no, it's saturated fat's the problem. No, it's sugar's the problem. No, this is the problem. That's all by design. And you can step back from it and make this very logical observation. Giraffes in the wild aren't obese. Zebras aren't obese. There's no wild animal that has systematic obesity, that has systematic diabetes, that has, by any study that's done, massive amounts of depression. A wolf in the wild has a 1% to 2% cancer rate, and by any measurement, almost a 0% depression rate. Dogs that are domesticated and eat processed food and have more kind of human-like habits of sedentary behavior, dogs have a over 50% cancer rate and over a 50% depression rate. So that's what's happening. Actually, the problem is the experts. They're literally the only animals that are systematically obese, diabetic, have heart issues. They're animals that listen to nutrition experts. But they're also the animals that the largest industries in the country are making money off of. So that's the key. You are trying to be confused. Humans are born with an innate understanding of what's right for them, like every other animal, and that's been taken away from us. And it's a medical problem. It's an economic problem because human capital is being destroyed right now in the country from metabolic conditions. I think it's almost a spiritual problem that our agency has been taken away from us, an agency that every other animal has and is very successful with utilizing.
Okay, let me make sure I understand this. So what you're saying is these big companies in food are doing a massive amount of research. And the idea is to have a massive amount of different studies out there saying all different things to confuse us. And it doesn't so much matter what the conclusions are. It's the fact that there's this massive studies and people are going to be confused. That is their goal.
The goal is confusion.
If you enjoyed that clip, press here for the full episode. I'll see you over there.
The medical system has been an absolute abomination at chronic conditions, which lead to over 80% of U.S. deaths and lead to over 80% of U.S. healthcare costs. That is the conditions like obesity, like